Hello everybody, I hope you're doing okay out there. It's been a minute since we've done anything Rocksmith Plus related on this channel. And while I have my reasons for not doing so and kind of staying away from it, I thought with the release of the mobile edition, it'd be the perfect time to kind of jump back in. Going forward, I will be doing more Rocksmith Plus related discussion. In this video though, I'm going to kind of keep away my personal opinions on Rocksmith Plus. I'm going to save that for a video in the future. If that sounds cool to you, or you're just a fan of Rocksmith in general, 2014 or plus, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel here. This channel is almost 100% Rocksmith song playthroughs. I also have a bunch of 2014 tips and tricks and kind of like guides to help you start streaming it that I have planned for the future. So if any of that sounds cool, make sure you hit that button and I'll be keeping you up to date with all the Rocksmith stuff. So when Rocksmith Plus was first announced, one of the things that really piqued my interest was the mention of a mobile version of Rocksmith Plus. Oh my God, this is the moment. It wasn't going to release at launch. You know, it was going to be a couple months down the line. But as somebody who used to travel a lot for work and did have a guitar with me, the idea of having Rocksmith 2014 mobile was always something that I wanted. Now I'm a full-time streamer, content creator. You know, I'm not the target audience for a mobile version of Rocksmith because I don't leave the house. My setup's always here. But there's definitely, I think, a group of people out there that should be excited for this. You know, yeah, people who travel for work, people who don't have access to gaming computers and consoles, even though Rocksmith Plus is not on console yet. You know, the accessibility to get people into Rocksmith Plus is, I think, a key component of their goal to get more people learning guitar and playing. And with the different connection options Rocksmith Plus Mobile is offering, you're going to get a lot more people playing. Your Realtone cable, direct connect options, the phone microphone with an amp, with an acoustic. There's lots of ways to play here, and I think it's going to get a lot more people playing. What Ubisoft delivers here is exactly what you expect when you think Rocksmith Plus Mobile. 100% Rocksmith Plus just on your mobile device. Honestly, it works really well. All you have to do is download Rocksmith Plus from Google Play or iOS Store. You sign in with your Ubisoft account that you have, you know, your Rocksmith Plus subscription on. I remember when Rocksmith Plus Mobile was discussed, a lot of people seem to think that accounts were not going to be cross-progression compatible, but it is. I logged in and my Chainbrain account was there. All my unlocks from Rocksmith Plus were there. All my stuff that I got from participating in the beta. Crossplay is a thing. And it kind of gets me thinking, will cross-progression also work on console whenever the console versions show up? I also tried looking up device requirements, and all I could really see was that it requires a device of Android 8.1 or iOS 13. Those operating systems are kind of older. It gives me hope that this is going to actually be able to run on a lot of devices. I could only test it on my Galaxy S20 and my S22. Those are the only two phones I have in the house. So with those OS requirements being a little bit older, I'm hopeful that we can get a lot more people in, even with older devices playing. Now, if you're watching this review, let me know in the comments what device you're running on, so we can kind of get a feel for what works for what. And maybe some people interested in playing, if they see in the comments that your device works, you know, that'll help them out as well. Overall, the interface felt really nice to use, and it kind of makes me feel like Rocksmith Plus was designed for mobile use in mind. You know, it's the same layout as the PC version, but it just has touch controls. You know, scrolling through the menus, up and down the song lists, it just, in my opinion, works more intuitively than the PC version. I don't know, maybe this was what they had intended. Like maybe they think the mobile version is gonna, I don't want to say outsell, but get a larger user base than the PC version. But it just really feels like the mobile version was the starting point and then the PC one came after. I could be totally wrong, but it just feels like the touch controls were like considered from the start. You know, also all your customizations are there, the guitar headstocks, those weird soundscape things. The Battle Pass unlock system is there as well. The unfinished tone designer. You know, we have the lessons tab. You can scroll through, all the lessons are there. Loading up lessons and songs felt really snappy, really quick. Didn't feel like there was any lag at all. And considering that it's a fully streamed game, you know, I never felt like I was waiting for anything. And I did test it over my home Wi-Fi and also my LTE connection. You know, you could have told me that all the songs and lessons were loaded on the device, and I would have believed you because it felt very quick. Connecting my guitar to the app was also super simple. I just used this USB-C to USB-A cable, one end into my phone, one end into the Realtone cable. It picked up the Realtone cable in the software immediately, and I could hear my guitar. But what really makes Rocksmith Mobile cool is the other connection options as well. If you go to the audio input section, you have your 3 choices: acoustic, electric with the direct cable, or electric with the amp. When you pick those, it gives you further options. So essentially you could play with your Realtone cable plugged in. You could play with another audio interface. You can also play acoustic. You can play having the phone in front of an amp. If you put your amp loud enough, it'll hear the notes. I was actually going to go very in depth here with all the options and devices and connection methods that I've seen, but I think I'm actually going to save that for a separate video, because even while making this video, I'm discovering all kinds of different ways you can plug in your guitar into your mobile device to play Rocksmith Plus Mobile. Playing songs on Rocksmith Mobile feels just like the PC version. I will, however, say that enabling the tab mode, because it brings up the tabs on the bottom and then puts the chart on the top, playing on my cell phone made it impossible to see anything. Probably on tablet, you'll have better experience with the tab and the chart. That actually kind of brings me to my biggest complaint about Rocksmith Plus Mobile Edition. It just seems like it's zoomed out so far all the time. There's kind of space on the top and the bottom. It really just feels like it needs to be zoomed in more to identify those numbers on the riffs that you're supposed to play. The information is there. It's just hard to see with how the zoom is. And I think that can easily be fixed by a visual update. And I'll be honest, I think they're probably going to have to do it, because if the idea is to get people playing on cell phone, make it very accessible, it's just like too hard to see stuff sometimes. That's like my biggest complaint about the software itself. I only really experienced 2 bugs while I was playing with it. I experienced one bug where finishing a song, I had to hard close the app. It just locked. I also came across a bug where enabling the tab mode made all the tab notation disappear. So the chart was still there, but the numbers for the tabs were like flashing in and out. Probably easily fixable. I think just like little bugs there, not like super game breaking. Having the tab made it impossible to read anyway, so I'm not going to play with that on ever. The tones in this app sound pretty good. I don't know what I would expect from an kind of amp sim, whatever they got going on running on a mobile device. So currently the tone designer obviously is still in beta, as we've seen on regular Rocksmith Plus. They do have some presets here you can select. You got your clean stuff. Metal Walk, Kirk Hammett's tone. As we can see, I just played around with the presets here, but all the tones in the songs kind of have the same feel. Still a big improvement over Rocksmith 2014, but the tone designer still is not 100% there. It's just in beta. You can only pick the preset stuff. But for a phone app, sounds pretty good. Pretty impressed by it. I don't know. What do you think? While the Rocksmith Plus experience is perfectly emulated on mobile, I'm also going to say that's like the biggest drawback of it. The fact that it is Rocksmith Plus. At the start of the video, I said I haven't really given my full thoughts about Rocksmith Plus. I said I'd save that for another video, and I don't want to get too into it here, but really I think for the price tag of $20 a month, it just doesn't feel complete. Scrolling through the menus, you see beta on Progress Unlock, you see beta on Tone Designer. I think Rocksmith Plus has almost been out for a year now. It just feels weird to be paying $20 a month to see beta all over your options still. And a song library, while it is huge, it doesn't really sport any heavy hitters yet. You see stuff like Megadeth in there if you live in a specific country. We see a Slayer song in there, but it's like a super deep cut that I never even knew existed. Recently I did a live stream marathon where I played every single Rocksmith 2014 song. It took me a long time, but it made me realize how great the Rocksmith 2014 catalog was. And I'm not even saying just rock and metal. There was so much great music in Rocksmith 2014. $20 a month. I don't know. And I would just like to add, I really, really feel like this is a huge missed opportunity for the Guitarcade. I really think the Guitarcade that was in 2014 could have really just shined here on the mobile. You know, all the mini games, Castle Core Dread, Temple of Bens, Scale Warriors, you know, imagine having those fun little mini games at your disposal on the go. In my mind, it makes even more sense than playing through full songs. Plug in, do a couple practice scales, routines, whatever on the mini games. I think this would have been the perfect platform for that sort of thing. I feel like if the goal was to have Rocksmith Plus on mobile from the start, those mini games should have been like priority, well, you know, 2, not 1, but, you know, higher up there. I feel like it just, I don't know, makes me a little bit sad to see no mini games. Anyways, I don't think Rocksmith Plus Mobile is going to change most people's minds. If their minds are already made up about Rocksmith Plus, I don't think this is going to convert people. Maybe it will, because it gives you an extra avenue to kind of access your Rocksmith Plus subscription, but it's just mobile of Rocksmith Plus. There's no additions. So if you have issues already with the value of Rocksmith Plus, I don't think this is going to change anybody's mind. Technically, though, I still think Rocksmith Plus is awesome. I just don't think the content is quite there to justify the subscription. The mobile app, however, I think it's super cool. It's so cool to see Rocksmith running as great as it is on the mobile device. You know, I tried to say I'd keep my personal opinions out of the matter here, but let's be real. The app is the app, and the content is the app. Let me know, everybody. Are you playing Rocksmith Plus? Are you playing Rocksmith Plus Mobile? Don't forget to let me know what device you're playing it on, what interface you're using, what your setup is. I'm interested in knowing, and I would like to take that information and kind of group it up, and we can, you know, show people what devices work and what interfaces work, and I'll make a video regarding that in the future. Also, I'm going to do another deep dive video regarding the state, my opinion on the state of Rocksmith Plus. So if that sounds cool to you, make sure you're subscribed. And hey, if you're going to play Rocksmith Mobile, have fun. And if you're not, have fun with Rocksmith 2014. Everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.